Have you ever been changing color, or you were adding on a second yarn skein, and where you change the color, the stitches drop like this? I got this comment. In addition to the comment, she very kindly also posted a video of her cranking out her rows and then changing the color and getting the drop stitch, so I could review it a few times to see if I could pinpoint what the issue is and then how we can fix it. And I'm going to recreate how she is getting the drop stitch in her video on my machine to hopefully help others if they are having the same problem. But do not fret. This is a very common issue you can have, especially when you're beginning, and it even happens to me sometimes, and it's a very easy fix. So I will show you what the problem is and then how we can fix it, and you can continue making awesome projects. Okay, so we're at the point where we want to change colors. And in her video, she was changing colors on the left side of her white needle. And it doesn't matter which side you want to change colors on. If you're going to do stripes, the most important thing is to stay consistent on what side and at which needle that you're changing your colors, so you don't get jagging. You'll get nice even stripes. So what she did in her video, we're going to recreate it, is she took her first color yarn that she no longer wanted. We're going to put the tail in the middle of our machine. She left a nice long tail, and then she put the yarn right next to the white needle. Now we're going to take our second color, and on the same side where the tail is, she put her second color. She left a really long tail, put it in here, put it in our yarn tensioner, and now we start cranking our rows. And as we go around, you're going to see that white needle come up. I'll try to do it very slow, and the row is going to drop. Here it is, the white needle's coming up, and the row has dropped. So why did that happen? The reason why that happened, I'm going to just do a few more rows. It's going to continue to drop, but hopefully maybe we can get a few knit stitches. Okay, so the reason why this has dropped is because when we went to change colors, let's do it again. We're going to change colors. Take this guy out. We want the white in the middle. We put the white in the middle. We're going to change colors. Here we go. And we want the orange back, let's say. To not get a drop stitch, when we go to take the white out, we're going to do it on the same side. That's not the problem. But instead of putting it down here like this, if it's down here like this, and as we went to crank forward, this needle didn't catch this loop. So when it came around, it had nothing for it to work with, and the loop then just popped off of the needle because it didn't put any new yarn down into the machine. So instead, what you're going to want to do, instead of putting it all the way down here, keep the yarn up a little bit underneath this hook. And then when you go to add on your second color, put it on the same side. And that's what you definitely want, because you want them like a continuous piece. And what I do is I hold them. I hold the yarn, and as I start to crank forward, we want to make sure this next needle catches the orange yarn, and we want to make sure the white needle is still catching the white yarn, and it pulls it down into the machine. And so I like to hold them like that, and then I stop and make sure it's down into the machine on both of these. And then I like to give it a little tug to give it some tension. And now as we go around, when we go around again, I like to hold on to these again. And see, now there was a loop underneath that's going to come down, and there was a loop on top that pops up. Same with this one. There was a white loop on the two here. The white loop has popped up, but because we had caught our orange color, the orange color is now going to become our new loop down on the two pegs. So we're going to see this because now we're at our color change. So see how these are white right here? Since they're caught underneath the machine, the white's going to pop up and over, creating our knit stitch, and now the new loop on those two little pegs become orange. And now we're not getting a drop stitch. And now we're knitting and we have no drop stitch except for the one down here. And that's the fix. So I'm going to take this off the machine and I'm going to start all the way over, and I'm going to start back at my orange and do the first color change so you can see this one more time, how to get those needles to catch the yarn, and then you should have no drop stitches. Okay, so I've recast it on, I've redone my rows, and we're back at the point again where we want to change color. So here is what we're going to do. When we go to take this yarn out of the machine, and you can cut off the end if you would like to. I just put the yarn ball skein in the middle if I'm going to go back and forth to make stripes. And then when we go to put this yarn down here, I'll zoom in so you can see this. When we go to put this yarn down here, like so, we want to make sure, put the yarn kind of more up like this so it catches the needle. Then when we go to put in our second piece of yarn, he goes down here right on the same side because you want it like a continuous piece of yarn, into your yarn holder, into the yarn tensioner. And then what you want to do is I like to hold on to these two pieces of yarn, and as I start to crank forward with my right hand, you want to make sure that this needle hooks this tail piece of your yarn. What it looked like in the video is it was over the two little pegs, so this needle just went down and it didn't hook that yarn, so when it comes back around, there was nothing that locked it into place, and then it pops off this loop that's underneath here. So we needed to hook it and pull it down into your machine. So I like to just hold on to both pieces, and this helps create even tension too. And then make sure this needle is hooked, your yarn that is your first color, and then make sure the following needle hooks and pulls down into the machine your second color that you want to do. And then I kind of give it a little tug and then a little tug, and then you want to make sure all the needles, and I just kind of give it a little tug to make sure we have even tension, and then all the needles are now grabbing the next color yarn. So now once we get around here, I'm going to go slow, so hopefully you can see the white needle is coming up, and when it comes up, it's able to pop that loop off of the two little pegs, but this is the tail end of our yarn. It's hooked underneath the needle, and now it's going to come down, up, down, and around the two little pegs, so nothing has dropped. Then we have our new color, and the same thing, it's hooked, it was hooked under there, so it's popped off the yellow, the orange, and the white is now going to come up and down onto the pegs, and now we have no drop stitches. At this point too, I like to just give it a little tug to make sure all of my tension is even. Then we go around again. I kind of go slow, give it a little tug, making sure it's all even. At this point, if you have just loose tails, you can do a little handover knot. I do have this. This one's loose. Just as a little extra added security. At the end, when you are done with your project, you are going to tie these completely off. But that just kind of gives you a little bit extra help, just in case, especially if you have real short tails. It's nice to have longer tails to make sure nothing drops. And then so as we go around again, you'll see everything is secured on your project. And now you have no drop stitches. And then once it's off of the project, you will tighten this up and you'll have like a seamless join on the knit side where the two colors come together. So I hope this helps troubleshoot the problem you were having with changing colors or adding on a second yarn skein and getting drop stitches. And I want to just thank everyone for all of the likes, the follows, and the encouraging comments, and even posting pictures of projects that you've made using my video tutorials. I appreciate it so much. And this is why I do this, is to help you to use your machine and enjoy it as much as I have. So if you do have any troubleshooting issues on your machine, pictures are great. If you're able to post pictures, even better, posting a video of the machine doing the problem that it has and tagging me in it. I'm happy to take a look and hopefully help if I can. I'm not associated with Sentro at all. I am just a fellow crafter that loves to machine knit and crochet and to share the knowledge that I have. So I hope I can help in any way I can. Happy crafting, everybody, and have a great day.